What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of meditation? Is it closing your eyes, focusing your attention on a specific object, chanting a mantra, sitting in a lotus position, or any other cliches related to different rituals and practices? The truth is, meditation can take a lot of different forms. However, among various forms of meditation taught in the world today, Vipassana meditation taught by Sri Satyanarayana Goenka is quite unique. My name is Soham, and today in this video I'm going to talk about what Vipassana meditation actually is. So what is Vipassana meditation and why is it so different from so many other meditation practices taught in the world today? Part of the reason why is because this isn't something you get to learn online. Yes, you cannot learn Vipassana from an ebook or a video or a podcast. You have to be there at the center and take the 10-day course for yourself to know, understand, and experience what Vipassana actually is. Now, before you go about taking your first 10-day Vipassana course, here are 10 things about Vipassana meditation that you need to know.
Number 1. It requires a minimum of 10 days to learn Vipassana. To develop in the practice of Vipassana is actually a lifetime job. However, getting a rough outline to the foundation of the technique needs a minimum of 10 days. Experience of people over generations has shown that if Vipassana is taught in periods of less than 10 days, the student does not get a sufficient experiential grasp of the technique. So, traditionally, Vipassana was taught in retreats lasting 7 weeks. But with the dawning of the 20th century, the teachers of this tradition began to experiment with shorter times to suit the quickening pace of life. They tried 30 days, 2 weeks, and then 10 days, down to 7 days, and found that less than 10 days is really not enough time for the mind to settle down and work deeply with the mind-body phenomenon. So if you want to learn the technique of Vipassana meditation, you've got to spare 10 days out of your daily schedule, no questions asked. For those 10 days, you'll be required to remain within the area of the course site, having no contact with the outside world. Number 2. Vipassana courses are absolutely free of cost. Yes, you heard it right. Vipassana courses won't cost you a penny. Yet, having said that, you're free to make a donation at your own will at the end of the course. According to Sri Satyanarayana Goenka, teaching meditation is a service to the humanity, so it must never become a business. This is why courses and centers operating all over the world are run on a total non-profit basis. No teacher receives any direct or indirect remuneration for the work offered. Number 3. Vipassana is exactly the same technique taught by the Buddha. Vipassana is the essence of the teaching of the Buddha, which means insight in ancient Pali language. It is the process of self-purification by self-observation. Long lost to humanity, it was rediscovered by Gautama the Buddha more than 2500 years ago. The actual experience of the truth, not in a mere emotional, devotional, or intellectual level. The Buddha himself experienced it with the practice of this particular meditation technique, with detailed instructions on how to practice Vipassana in order to reach the goal attained by the Buddha himself. This ancient meditation technique has everything it takes to lead you out of all the sufferings. Number 4. Following the 5 precepts is a must in Vipassana. The 5 precepts or the Panchasilas are the basic grounds of Vipassana. If you can't follow all of them, you better not apply for the course. These precepts are the basic codes of morality that include abstention from killing any being, abstention from stealing, abstention from all sexual activities, abstention from telling lies, and abstention from all intoxicants. Adhering to these codes of morality during the entire course is a must. However, after the course, you have all the freedom in the world to be the master of your own will. Number 5. No talking for 10 days. Are you serious? You might be thinking right now, right? But yeah, this is something everyone has to abide by once they start with the course. You've got to maintain complete noble silence for 10 days throughout the course. Noble silence means silence of body, speech, and mind. Any form of communication with fellow student, whether by gestures, sign language, written notes, etc., is prohibited. You may, however, speak with the teacher whenever necessary and may approach the management with any problems related to food, accommodation, and health. But even these contacts are to be kept to a minimum because you need to cultivate the feeling that you are working in total isolation. Number 6. Vipassana doesn't deal with any kind of mantras or prayers. Vipassana is an art of living, a way of life. There is no place for any mantra or prayer in it. If you happen to be practicing any mantras, prayers, or any religious exercises in your daily life, you need to drop all of them during these 10 days. Throughout the entire course, you'll be focusing on nothing else but your own pure breath and bodily sensations. And remember, Vipassana is not an escape from the trials and tribulations of everyday life, and nor is it a rest cure, a holiday, or an opportunity for socializing. Like I said, it's an art of living, a way of life. Number 7. Vipassana has nothing to do with Buddhism or any other religious practices. Vipassana is free from any kind of sect or dogma. Although Vipassana was developed as a technique by Buddha, its practice is not limited to Buddhists. There is absolutely no question of conversion. People from many religious denominations have experienced the benefits of Vipassana meditation and have found no conflict with their profession of faith. It is not a rite or a ritual based on blind faith, nor is it an intellectual or a philosophical entertainment. Number 8. Vipassana is super scientific. Vipassana is a practical way to examine the reality of one's own body and mind. With the right kind of concentration and awareness, you'll discover and solve whatever problems lie hidden within you. This will also help you tap into your unused potential to use it for your own good and the good of others. All in all, it is the science of your own mind. The more you observe, the more you get benefited from it. Number 9. It's tougher than you can ever imagine. The process of self-purification by introspection is certainly never easy, and you have to work very hard at it. Forget phone calls, messages, and emails. You can't even read or write anything. What's more, the schedule is super tight. All you have to do is meditate from 4 a.m. to 9 p.m. according to the instructions given. By your own efforts, you will arrive at your own realizations, and no one else can do this for you. Therefore, the meditation will suit you only if you are willing to work seriously and observe the discipline. And of course, all this is an integral part of the meditation practice, and all this is for your own good. Number 10. Vipassana meditation is also taught in prisons. Over the last 25 years, Vipassana meditation has been successfully offered within prisons located in India, Israel, Mongolia, New Zealand, Taiwan, Thailand, the United Kingdom, Myanmar, the United States, and Canada. Such 10-day courses are held within the walls of the prisons with teachers and volunteers living with the prisoners throughout the course.
Alright guys, these are some of the things that I knew about Vipassana meditation. And if you guys think I have missed anything, you guys can definitely share it in the comments below. And of course, for more information, you guys can visit dhamma.org, dhamma.org for more information, of course. And you guys can also find out the nearest centers, meditation centers around you from the very website. The link is in the description below. And yeah, thanks for watching. Be happy and keep smiling.